People are crazy.
Whenever you said trekking, I just thought, like, what are we doing? Like, painting ourselves green and going out? Like, I don't understand.
Shrek could get it.
Shrek did get it. Shrek got the princess. Welcome back to The Dive, which it's been a while. We've been a little bit sporadic as of late, but we've been a little bit busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. We had like a couple episodes kind of banked so we could get some stuff out there while we were moving to our brand new studio.
Yes, which is still under construction, pardon our dust, as they say. But yeah, we're in our new space, which is so exciting.
Yeah.
Who knew? 2 studios in 1 year.
Well, it's funny to say like moving up, right? Because it's actually, we're still with the same company we were with before. We're still partnered with Raleigh Founded. We've moved over to their North Street location, which is a lot of fun. There's a lot of people here. And it's, it's funny. Like last time I was here while we were kind of getting stuff set up prior to recording one of our clients, I ran into like one of my buddies from school.
Oh, nice. You didn't tell me that. That's so sweet.
Yeah. One of my friends I played music with.
Very cool. Yeah. I feel like the industrial vibe, the warehousey type vibe over here is really cool. And there are a lot of people walking around all the time, which there were other people at our other office too, but it was more separated. So you didn't get to see them as much. So it's nice to see other faces.
Yeah, exactly. Like our old studio was on like the 10th floor and like it kind of felt like most people hung out on the 12th floor, right? Whereas like we're all kind of more or less in the same area.
There's only 2 floors, so there's only so many places to hide.
Yeah, and it's kind of just like one big open room with 2 floors.
Yes, yeah. So we're excited. We've still got some more decorating and organizing and things like that to do, but it's our first episode for us, at least, in a new space.
And it'll be fun because now we get to take a break from all the hustle and bustle of moving to talk about one of our favorite things, and that is
Reddit stories.
Reddit stories.
Yes, I'm so excited. I feel like it's been a lifetime since we've done a Reddit stories episode. I don't know when it was, but it feels like forever. And it feels like coming home. You know, we're in a new spot, but we can come home whenever it's time to do a Reddit stories episode.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it really, because, we did so many of them in a row there for a little bit, just trying to, enjoy it for what it was, right? And we got to the point where I was looking, I was like, did I already talk about this story? I don't know. But now it's just like...
there's so much new content.
Yes, a wealth of drama to explore.
Which I want to say, before we get started into the Reddit stories, I do think that every summer you should have some sort of theme of like what you're going to do for relaxation this summer. So Reddit story summer, I've been calling this summer for me the summer of romance, which means I've just been reading like sweet, cute little romance novels on my Kindle all summer, instead of things that require me to think, So it's the summer of romance. It's the summer of Reddit stories. What is your summer? The summer of what?
This summer, I suppose that, let me think. I think it's been, kind of like a summer of regrowth, really. Just trying to kind of like get some momentum going on some other projects, really trying to like get some like deep cleaning done around the house.
Yeah, I need to do that today when I get home. I have lots and lots of laundry to be done.
Getting like some new like bigger projects done in my hobby studio, getting like some painting. I'm just starting a new conversion where it's like rat men riding big uglier rats into battle.
That's cool.
That'll be pretty fun.
Me and my friends used to talk about the Raleigh Rat Man. We just like to envision that there was a superhero or villain, depending, called the Raleigh Rat Man living within the streets.
Ratman, Batman.
Exactly.
Batman.
It depends on where you are. But Raleigh Batman, Raleigh Catman, they don't have the same ring as Raleigh Ratman. So
it's a question I'd love to answer sometime. What kind of like superhero would Raleigh have if it had like a native superhero?
But some sort of jungly looking thing with all the trees, I think. I think he can swing from all the trees, maybe.
Oakman?
Yeah, Oakman. No, Acorn guy.
I like that. Well, it's nice that you've been doing some reading during the summer. I think that's going to go well with this first story we've got here.
Okay.
Am I overreacting? During my book club this weekend, one of the husbands asked me to stop coming because of what we read. Okay. I said no.
All right. Well, I'm already on her side. So
I'm part of a neighborhood book club that's been meeting for about a year. It's mostly women in their late 20s to early 40s, and I'm the only guy. We rotate houses every month, and honestly, it's been one of the better ways I've met people since moving here. The club recently got into dark romance. It wasn't my suggestion, but everyone voted on it, and that's just where the group ended up. We spend most of our meetings talking about character development, plot, whatever the main character is actually redeemable or not, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
No big deal, right? I am friendly with everybody, but I don't hang out with any of them outside of the book club. I know a few of their husbands from saying hello if they're around before and after meetings, but that's about it. After our meeting a few days ago, I was loading a folding chair into my car when one of the husbands came out and asked me if he could talk to me. He
Mm.
told me he'd appreciate it if I'd stopped coming to book club. I asked why. And he said his wife has become way too excited about book club ever since they started reading dark romance. And that it's weird having the only guy there discussing those books with a group of married women.
Okay, and he's in the club too.
I laughed at first because I genuinely thought he was joking, because sometimes guys can be funny like that, but it turns out he wasn't joking.
Sometimes guys can be funny.
Every once in a while, they say something funny,
Yeah,
right?
every once in a while. At least this one can read. He's got that going for him.
I think it's more that every once in a while, guys say something and it's funny unintentionally. Like this.
Right,
This
yes.
guy's hilarious unintentionally.
Yeah, unintentionally.
I told him I wasn't there to flirt with anybody. I'm there because I like reading. Everyone in the group voted on the books, and I enjoy the discussions.
Good job, King. Stand your ground.
I also said that if he has concerns about his wife's interest in fictional, morally questionable men, that's probably something they should talk about together.
That's also valid.
He got annoyed and said I was intentionally missing the point. I eventually told him, I'm not quitting a book club because you're insecure about fictional men. If it's that big of a deal, just join.
I think that's so true.
Now I'm wondering if I should have handled it differently.
No.
I don't want to create tension in the neighborhood, but I also don't think it's reasonable to ask me to leave the group I've been a part of for a year just because he's uncomfortable.
There's tension in the neighborhood.
I know.
Uh-oh.
A little palace intrigue, but a little
Yeah.
oh my gosh. You know, one of my favorite neighborhood relationships is the neighbor from Home Improvement. You only
Yeah,
ever
over
saw
the
like his
fence.
hat and his forehead.
Yeah. I think his life would be better if his neighbor, he only ever saw his hat and his forehead.
Yeah, I think so too.
So to the point of the question, do you know what dark romance is?
I mean, I'm picturing like 50 Shades of Grey, where it's like, you know, more salacious kinds of intimacy.
Yeah, that's kind of right. So I have seen a lot of discourse about it on TikTok. It's not a genre that I go for, but it's like, it's when he's talking about discussing the characters, like it's everyone's morally gray. It's
Yeah.
kind of like sometimes kind of dangerous, sometimes kind of taboo. Like when they say dark, they just mean like these people are kind of bad and what they're doing is kind of bad, but like also they are so in love with each other that they do all of these terrible things.
That's so
you
funny.
know?
It's giving Game of Thrones, right? Like everybody sucks, but you got to pick somebody to root for.
Yeah, kind of. So that being said, obviously a lot of girlies do enjoy this genre, and it makes sense that the book club would get together and decide that that's what they want to read. If he is in this club and he's interested in reading it, I feel like people should stop being so insecure and let people enjoy things. Just because he's not another wife doesn't mean he's going to do something crazy to these women in the club by discussing what? Like people doing weird sexual things to each other. Like that, I feel like grow up respectfully. It's not middle school. This isn't health class.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean, I don't expect that the conversation around these kinds of books, especially in sort of like a mixed gender crowd, is going to be like, oh, I mean, is that a, you know, are you into feet? Does that
Yeah,
sex
I don't
position
think
appeal to you? No,
it's not getting that personal.
Exactly. It's like, did this character do the right thing? Were they out of line? You know,
Yeah.
it's book club talk. We're talking about, you know, we're analyzing themes, like they said, character development.
Mhm.
And so just to kind of make assumptions that the conversation is going to swing just like into a totally different direction. I mean, like, and at the end of the day, we're all adults here. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about adults in their 20s and 30s, early 40s, that kind of stuff. So people are just going to, I give people the benefit of the doubt that they're going to act like mature adults.
Well, if they're adults, why is the neighbor acting like a child?
I didn't say everybody.
No, I'm totally on his side. I think, see, it's funny though, at the very beginning, I said I'm on her side. I immediately assumed this was a girly if they were in a book club. So I'm part of the problem as well. But I think they say hot girls read. I think hot everyone reads. Anyone who reads is hot. That's the end of that. So he can be a part of the club too.
Reading is back.
Yeah, it actually is back, which is crazy. Cigarettes are back. Reading is back. Everything good and fun is back. Oh, Gen Z's drinking now? Have you seen that? People used to be like, Gen Z doesn't drink. Now we're like outpacing people drinking. So
drinking us under the table. Oh my God.
Drinking, cigarettes, and reading. That's what we're doing these days, people.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. So what do the commenters say?
What a loser. Jealous of books. Wow. I would have laughed in his face.
That really is true.
Not overreacting. That man is a loser. Yeah, loser coming up a lot here. Not overreacting. You handled that perfectly. Chef's kiss. Too. Perfectly.
Yeah.
You were not responsible for his insecurities. Mm-hmm. How much would you want to bet he'll make his wife quit the book club?
That's horrible.
Yeah.
If true, horrible. I can't, I mean, let people have fun and you don't have to always be included. And it's not always about you.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about a good relationship, right? Like people have their own hobbies. Not everybody has to do the same thing with their partner all the time.
Yeah, and you also don't need to be afraid of somebody of particularly the opposite gender because that's antiquated, but you don't need to be afraid of somebody at all trying to get with your partner or your partner trying to get with them, you know? You should just be normal.
Yeah, I mean, why could you not trust your partner at book club?
I know. I know. Okay. Well, not the asshole, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It sounds like everybody else is.
Not the asshole, not overreacting. Being an alpha male must be so exhausting. That dude sucks.
Maybe she's like doing like dark romance role play by having a miserable husband. You know,
maybe
that is morally gray and annoying as hell. So maybe she's so into it that she married one.
It's like deep research for the
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a lot of get-togethers in this one because I have both of these are about gathering at people's houses. So we're all gathering in this episode.
Yeah. The first summer of gathering.
The first one I have is, am I the asshole for offering a frozen dinner to an uninvited guest at a dinner party? A couple of times a year, I like to throw a nice dinner party for old friends. This time, I invited 5 people. 2 were couples and 1 was single. We have all known each other for around 15 years and get together maybe every 3 months. I was making filet mignon. Pause. I made fillets this weekend on the grill for the first time by myself.
Ooh, nice.
I've never grilled anything ever in my whole life, and that was the first thing.
How did it go for you?
Good as hell.
I bet it was.
Perfect medium.
Charcoal?
Gas.
Okay, smart.
Yeah. Listen, let me step in there one toe at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. So I was making filet mignon and a small lobster tail with 2 sides. I spent over $300 and didn't buy extra because they are served 1 each per guest and they are expensive. As a surprise to me, the single guest brought along his new girlfriend, who I had not met or known about. I was nice about it, but upset because I only purchased enough meat and lobster tail for the guests who were invited. I talked to the friend who brought the uninvited guests and said that I didn't have extra food and the filet mignon cooked to individual doneness and lobster tail isn't something that can be cut up and divided or spread out between more people, and said that I had frozen pizza or another frozen dinner I could heat up. He was very upset with me and accused me of not liking his new girlfriend and trying to embarrass them. After his outburst, they left. Was I wrong? Should I have cut up the filet and lobster tails and spread it out between an extra person instead of offering a frozen meal? And then we have an edit. So, edit, I didn't think of them splitting their plates at the time. I guess that's what people are suggesting. Am I the asshole?
I would say just gut reaction, not the asshole. I mean, I don't know when the last time you had lobster tail was. They're kind of just like a big shrimp in terms of like what you're actually seeing on the plate. Like it is not a lot of food.
No,
especially like, you know, if we're talking grilled lobster tails, it's cut in half. You grill it, you know, then grill it on the other side, get a little butter on it, bang, see you later. Okay. It's just not that much food.
No,
and a filet is easily like the smallest cut of steak. So like you're asking somebody to like split what is probably like a 4 to 6 ounce steak and like, I don't know, a 2 or 3 ounce lobster tail. That's like nothing.
Yeah. It's
you better have a big salad to go with that.
Getting very bougie, tiny plate Michelin star restaurant at that point.
Exactly.
I think to me, it's not even about whether, I think the problem starts by bringing somebody to somebody else's house uninvited.
Yeah.
It's not the girl's fault. It's definitely the friend's fault, because why the hell would you think you can just bring another person and not tell somebody to somebody else's house? It's one thing to bring another person to like a restaurant or something public, which is also annoying, but not the end of the world.
Well, they have plenty of food at a restaurant is the thing.
To my house?
Yeah.
Like, whether we're eating or not eating, like, why is there a random person here that I didn't know about?
Exactly. Like, I think that you as the guest owe it to the host to tell them exactly how many people are going to be there, like, well ahead of time. And like, if you want to bring a +1, just ask.
Yeah.
You know? The worst I can say is no.
Yeah, literally. But also, if I were the person that was brought there and I realized clearly that this person didn't know I was coming and didn't expect me to be there, I would simply be like, okay, I will go. Like, I am so sorry that there was clearly a communication problem here. Thank you for having me over even though you didn't ask to, and I'll go. Like, I think that is, once you realize the situation that you're in, you don't want to be there. They don't want you to be there. It's awkward. Just leave.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. The real problem is the friend who brought the new girlfriend there.
Let me ask you this. This is a bit of a tangent. Let's say that you are hosting a party at your house.
Okay.
And I show up with like not just a +1, but like 3 or 4 extra guests. What would you do?
What kind of party are we having?
Like a small get together. You're expecting, like, you know, maybe you said that it's okay to like bring significant others, but like I didn't check in to ask
bring
you.
Other people.
Yeah, I brought a +1, you know, my significant other, and then, you know, just a couple of my best friends that I thought you'd like or something like that. I don't know.
What would I do? I think I would be initially annoyed. However, I know that the way that I'm going to throw a party, I'm going to have too much of everything anyway. Like, I'm never having a party where there's not barely enough for everybody.
Oh, we're not going to run out of food at my party.
No. So I would be like, what the hell? Why are these people here? And then I probably would get over it, you know? But if I'm having...
As long as they were cool, right?
Right. As long as they were cool. Otherwise, I would be like, you have to leave. Actually, this has happened to me before, now that I'm thinking about it, in a way.
Okay.
So we've all discussed this story. I feel like I can say it on the podcast and nobody's going to get mad because we didn't like each other for a while and then we got over it. But my step-cousin and his wife, who I've talked about on this show a lot, we're coming to Raleigh to go to a concert at Red Hat. And at this time, I lived downtown. So they were going to stay with me because I only lived a handful of blocks from Red Hat. And so they get there and they have this third person with them. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You're spending the night at my house. I've never met this man. Why is he here? And he's like, I told him like he couldn't stay, but he was just like, it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. It was not fine. I was not having it. So that whole night, I was so irritated with him. And I was like, I don't know what you think you're going to do, but you're not. You can sleep in the car. Like, sleep in the Subaru. I don't care. But I'm not letting you sleep in my studio apartment on the floor next to me. That's just not happening.
No.
And so what ended up happening is we were hanging out later and my next door neighbor, we called ourselves roommates because we both lived in studio apartments.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor ended up meeting us. And he and this guy ended up having a great time. He slept in my neighbor's apartment.
Nice. Well,
so it all worked out. But for years, I was like, what an entitled asshole behavior of you to think you're just going to come to my house we've never met before and sleep on my floor in my 500 square foot one room. Absolutely not.
No.
But then we were cool.
I'm like a little too type A to just kind of like go out on an excursion like that and be like, it's okay, I'll figure it out. Like, I'm not going to have a good time at the concert if I have no idea where I'm going to sleep that night.
No, I have friends who do that and I can't do it. I don't understand how they do it.
Yeah.
But I completely blocked that story out. I hadn't thought about it in years. But anyway, this has happened to me and I just said, no, leave. So maybe that's what he should have done.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you worked through that trauma in your life. This is a big moment for you. And like for OP, yeah, I'm going to say not the asshole. I mean, it's like, it's just that, you know, you're not expected to over provide as a guest or as a host rather, even though that might be something that we would do. That's not like the expectation that they're going to have enough filet mignon and lobster tail for your girlfriend.
Unrealistic for your girlfriend that they don't know. Yeah. So the comments say, not the asshole, obviously, being as gracious of a host as you can be and your friend was selfish and dumb. I bet his new girlfriend was not exactly impressed with his behavior. I think that's probably true.
Preach.
Somebody was like, the friend could have offered up his lobster tail or fillet to his girlfriend. And somebody was like, that's the answer. I don't think it is. I think that means everybody gets 2 bites of steak or what? You don't eat? I don't know. I feel like the answer is don't bring her.
Yeah, I agree. I think that that's like, that is the problem here. I mean, in terms of like offering them a frozen pizza, I mean, it's like you offer what you had.
Yeah.
I mean, you can suggest, hey, maybe you two can like split this and then have a little pizza afterwards to fill in the corners. But like,
somebody said I would have offered the lobster and fillet to the girlfriend and given the TV dinner to the guy.
There you go.
I think that's a good solution too.
I'll mess up a frozen pizza though. I love them.
I have frozen pizza every week. I go frozen pizza Sunday.
Do you have like the cauliflower crust?
Yeah, all different kinds of them though. I used to get this one at Trader Joe's and I literally ate it every day or every Sunday for like 2 years and then they discontinued it. And that was like one of the saddest days of my life. Now I've been kind of bopping around because I haven't been able to find the right one.
Something, it's funny you bring up Trader Joe's. I had this moment the other week. I was driving over there near, I don't remember that, like the Trader Joe's in Chapel Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the moment.
Estes Drive?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Over there by like, they got all that stuff in that shopping center. It has a name. I can't remember it, but I don't go to Trader Joe's often. I've been more in the mood to go to Trader Joe's because somebody brought their Buffalo Ranch popcorn to the beach.
That stuff is
with
so
my
good.
family. It was incredible. I was like, man, I would love to go and get some of them. So like I was over there with my girlfriend and we stopped over at Trader Joe's and I realized that they have an Ulta right next to the Trader Joe's in Chapel Hill. That is diabolical.
Yeah.
Like, what are the girlies supposed to do?
I don't know, but it was like a really actually very convenient one-stop shop. Be like,
I'm
out of concealer and I need groceries. One, too. Like the amount of times I did that in college is insane. But also the amount of times that I was like, I need to go to the grocery store. Let me just see what they have in Ulta first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
it's
I
not even fair.
Lost money. No.
Oh, well, let's see. What do we have here? I mean, if you're going to Ulta, obviously you're trying to look your best. I think OP here is trying to look her best too in this next story.
You got there. You're getting there. The segue is happening.
Am I overreacting? Like the title's wild here. Am I overreacting for walking out on a first date with somebody that basically told me he was trying to date uglier people on purpose?
This is so messed up already.
I, 26 female, went on a date with a friend, 24 male, of my brother, also 24 male.
Okay.
Apparently, he had told my brother he wanted to get to know me, and I gave him permission to share my number with them, and we went on a date. I thought it was odd because my brother doesn't have many friends, and I don't really go on that many dates, but I decided to give it a chance because I usually only get asked out by men double my age.
Interesting.
Anyways, the date is kind of normal at the beginning. We're talking about music, anime, memes, etc., and then I asked what he liked about me. He responded, "To be honest, nothing much, but prettier girls are too much drama." So I was trying this thing where that I call Shrekking.
Wait, you read that to me one more time.
To be honest, nothing much, but prettier girls are too much drama. So I was trying this thing I saw called Shrekking.
Oh my God.
The implication. When I asked him to clarify, he said I wasn't normally his type. At this point, I'm a bit shocked, but I decided to give a chance to somebody who appeared to want a date without superficial reasons. I was on a bit of an edge, but the date continued normally for a while until he said, "I bet you're glad for this trend. How does it feel to be on a date with someone so handsome?"
Oh my God. Are you serious?
I laughed thinking he was joking, but he kept pressing me to answer, so I just got up and left.
That's
crazy.
So fucked up.
Oh my God.
On so many different levels. Oh my God. Shrekking? Is that what he's saying? And so he's saying that it's too hard to date pretty girls, so he's trying to date ugly ones instead? Like what?
I guess he's saying that like ugly girls don't have drama or something like that.
This
is crazy.
I am shocked. I am shocked, thoroughly shocked by men all the time. But also, number one, the fact that you would do that. Number two, the fact that you would tell people that you're doing that. And like, you don't see an issue. Are you bone smashing and freaking God, clavicular pill? Like, what the hell is wrong with you? It's disgusting.
I mean, look,
She's fucking personality monging you right now, bro. Absolutely.
I mean, as a man, I'm often just shocked by the things men do. Here's the
Yeah.
thing is it's just like, sure, is it like would I call one of my friends ugly as a joke? Of course. Yeah,
Yeah, of
we're
course.
just joking, right? But like
Yeah.
when you're like, I don't know. Like, do people just like not know how to talk to women?
I don't know. And also, do people really look at other people and think like, damn, you're ugly? Like, that's crazy. That like, why would you ever think that even? Like, I have never looked at somebody and thought they're ugly. Like, that's a horrible way to think.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely. Like, I just don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. No wonder like romance is dead and we have to
Yeah.
read dark romance just to like feel something.
Yeah, we have to have the summer of romance where I have read like 20 Kindle Unlimited throwaway fun books.
Yeah, because we see what the dating pool is
Because
like.
it's depressing out here. That's insane. I don't have anything else to add. I can't even think anymore.
I'm gonna assume that you're gonna say not overreacting here.
No, underreacting. I would have
there we go. Yeah.
I would have been in jail after that date.
Yeah.
If I were on
just
it.
a nice clean slap across the face, I think is well warranted here. You know?
Yeah.
Not overreacting, but do call and ask your brother if he knows what Shrekking is. And if he knows that this is why his friend went on a date with you.
I actually would want to know that too. But
Yeah.
also part of me, I don't want to know that because what if my brother is just miserable too and this ruins our entire relationship?
Yeah.
My brother would never do that. Let me just say, but still.
Exactly. Right. Not overreacting. This dude's being a loser. Here we are, more losers on the timeline. Just a lot of loser men. That's the theme of my stories here right now.
Yeah, that actually is. It's the theme of life.
The summer of losers.
Yeah.
Lame boy summer. Maybe that's what it's going to be.
I like that.
If you see him again, try something like, I think if you lost a few pounds there, there'd be some potential that'll keep him up all night.
I do think the only time when it is appropriate to like comment on somebody's looks like that, other than when they're like absolutely killing it in some way, shape, or form, is when they have already started it. Like, you've started it. You want to call me ugly? Well, guess what? You're short. You know, like stupid stuff that just gets right to the heart.
Yeah.
Because that's what you deserve. I truly think that nobody's ugly unless you have a bad personality and you're mean. Then I do think you're ugly, and I will say it. So that's that. I'm really heated up by this man. And you know what? He's ugly too.
I bet he is ugly.
I bet he is. That's another thing. Sometimes like people like that have standards where they're like, I can only be with the prettiest person. And it's like, why do you think that you personally are so entitled to that? You know, people that I don't understand. Okay, I need to be done. I'm about to freaking pink pill myself over here.
I just Googled what Shrekking is really quick. And the first thing that popped up is an article from Cosmopolitan last year. What is the Shrekking dating trend? I mean, for one thing, it's toxic as hell. But it also speaks to some very real, not unfounded frustrations with modern dating. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? I don't know. It's crazy. People are crazy.
Whenever you said Shrekking, I just thought, like, what are we doing? Like, painting ourselves green and going out? Like, I don't understand.
Shrek could get it.
Shrek did get it. Shrek got the princess.
So
when you
right.
really think about it, you know. Okay. So this next one, I think there's probably a lame boy in here somewhere, but this one says, am I the asshole for refusing to follow my friend's parents' house rules and leaving?
Okay.
So a lot of people coming and going in these stories. My 22 female boyfriend, 23 male, and I have been together since high school, almost 6 years. We just moved in together after I graduated in May. We are not officially engaged yet, but planning to get married once he finishes grad school. An old friend from high school invited us to his family's beach house for the holiday last weekend. When we got there, we realized his mom and dad were spending the weekend too, which was fine. It's their house, and they seemed to have their own plans for the weekend. They were happy to let us do our own thing during the days, and they had drinks in the hot tub with us Friday evening and were actually really cool.
Nice.
But that night, it turns, when my boyfriend and I started getting ready for bed, our friend's mom pulled me aside and said that my boyfriend would need to sleep on the couch in the living room instead of with me in the guest room because we aren't married. I was surprised because our friend hadn't mentioned this and my boyfriend and I lived together and everything. I said okay, but I felt really uncomfortable. I have trouble sleeping in new places, and sleeping next to my boyfriend helps. My boyfriend was also annoyed that he had to sleep on an uncomfortable couch when there's a perfectly good bed, so we decided it would be best to get a hotel in town and meet up with our friend the next morning. When we told our friend, he was kind of weird about it, but said okay. So we left and checked into our hotel. The next morning, we called to see what time our friend wanted to meet up. He seemed mad and he couldn't hang out, and that his mom and dad flipped out at him for letting us go to a hotel and said we didn't appreciate their hospitality. So we ended up just doing our own thing for the weekend and not seeing our friend at all. Our friend texted us today, Monday, saying he was really angry that we couldn't have slept apart for 2 nights just to make his parents happy, and that we won't be invited to Friendsgiving this year. He hosts for our high school friend group every year. So are we the assholes for leaving and getting our own place?
No, I think I trust people to be adults here. I think that it's okay for an adult to go and sleep in a hotel rather than on a couch.
I also think I understand that they are guests in your house, but like you're not their parent or have any
Right.
control over them
Yeah.
whatsoever. Like it's very weird to think that you do, I
Yeah.
also think this like we can't share a bed because we're not married thing is
I mean, that's
old
old
as hell.
fashioned. And
That is ugly.
people's parents are definitely old fashioned sometimes. I mean, it's more just like, it's just what you were saying, right? It's like they don't have any authority really to tell you how to be if
Right.
you're an adult and these aren't your parents, right?
Yeah.
Like, sure, if it was your own parents and they said something like that, sure, at that point, make them happy or
Mhm.
don't, that's your drama to start.
Right.
But like, there is no drama to start here. Like, you just wanted to sleep with your boyfriend, so that you could, like, look, I don't sleep well in anything that's not my own bed. I'm going to
Yeah.
take every action I can to have every comfort available to me so
Absolutely.
that I can fall asleep.
I think if you are in somebody's house and they do try to like make this, I don't know, choice, tell you that this is what you have to do, demand maybe that, and you get uncomfortable, I would be uncomfortable by that, number one. Number two, I think it's totally reasonable to be like, I think I'm uncomfortable. I think I want to leave. I don't think I would want to stay in that house after that because it's just a weird, the energy's off.
Yeah.
The vibes are ugly after that happens. And I don't know that I blame them for leaving. And also, what does it affect you? Like y'all are upset because we didn't appreciate your hospitality. We didn't appreciate your hospitality. Your hospitality included making one of us sleep on a couch. We didn't appreciate that. We appreciated you. We respected you enough that we weren't going to break your rules in your house. And so we just left. I think that's totally fair.
Yeah. And also, like, you're okay with like being in the hot tub with your unmarried boyfriend.
I know. What can the unmarried partners do? What's legally allowed and what's not?
I feel like I'm looking for the loser here. It's like, when you watch Adventure Time and it has the snail in every episode, you're trying to find the snail. I think the parents are the losers here.
I think so, but I also think the son is the loser a little bit because
for not like sticking up for his friend.
Well, that, but also like I'm angry at you for not coming, and also you're not invited to Friendsgiving. Like,
yeah, no, you're right.
That's loser behavior.
Agreed.
Yeah. So comments says they are allowed to have rules in their home and you're free to stay elsewhere. I kind of agree with that. I think
I think that both parties were within their right.
Yes. Yeah. Somebody said I agree, but it would have been nice for a heads up. I feel then they could choose to stay there or get a hotel.
Yeah.
I also do think that's fair.
Agreed.
The friend probably should have known that. This one just says random story, so I'm going to read it too. My mom was just like your mom regarding the rules about partners prior to marriage. I'm the oldest, so I had to deal with all of this more than my siblings. Decades later, when my mom was in her late 60s, she was divorced and in a committed relationship with a man, and his daughter wouldn't allow them to stay in the same bedroom because they weren't married. I still laugh when I think about it because she was held to her own rules and she did not appreciate it.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's not that serious.
It's really not.
I think everybody did everything they could in that scenario and they left. So I think that's fair. I think the friend's being a loser if he's going to be angry and they can't get a Friendsgiving.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're going to have 2 extra fillets and lobster tails at the Thanksgiving table this year.
Not a bad way to be.
Next to 2 empty seats.
Frankly. Well, as kind of sour as Lame Boy Summer sound, it's heating up to be pretty good.
It is. I mean, I certainly wish that, what can we hope for them? That some of these boys will read something. I think that's a good thing. Perhaps take a look in the mirror and try to better themselves, not in a weird red-pilled manosphere way. Not look at women as numbers.
Yeah.
And generally grow brain.
Yeah, maybe like go and watch go get some positive male role models. Go watch Spider-Man or something.
Yeah,
you
or
know?
touch some grass.
Go touch some grass.
That's always helpful.
Yeah, just be chill, bro.
Yeah. Well, best of luck to him because it's hot as hell out there.